Hello, Googans.
Are we on?
We're on.
Hey, what's up, Googs? I'm back.
ATD in the house.
ATD in the house.
Grinding like a champion.
Yep.
National Signing Day.
Oh, yeah.
Dan, I thought it was an expert move on your part to put the reverse mush jinx on the Bogle signing.
That was during the break, so
We're on the break.
Tell people what happened.
We're watching the live Periscope feed of, what's the young man's first name? I'm not
Chris.
Chris Bogle.
With a K.
Chris with a K, much like Chris Davis of the Orioles. Hopefully he's a better player.
Right.
Was sitting at the table with his three hats. Prosser and I, neither one of us are big recruitniks, so we don't really know what's going on. So we ask you, you're the expert, you're the recruitnik guy. We go, there's three hats on the table. It was Miami was closest, then Alabama, then Florida, furthest away from the young man.
Right.
And and Jeff says, is there a chance he goes Florida?
Yeah.
And you're saying, it's furthest hat away.
Yeah.
Nobody thinks he's going to Florida. And like on cue, like he was listening to us, like it was some reverse Periscope, he immediately grabs the blue hat and puts it on.
It was so surprising to me. I had to double check.
You were stunned
before I tweeted it out. Because it was crazy.
It was crazy. I do enjoy signing day. It's fun to watch as like a non-partial third-party observer of National Signing Day. It's like, my school's not in on any 4 and 5 star guys, so the drama doesn't affect me personally.
Right.
So it's fun watching you guys agonize over these prospects as they decide their futures. It's fun, and like we said numerous times on the show today. I mean, it's such a huge day for these kids, and not just the kids that are on your Twitter feed and on ESPNU and all over the place, but all these kids around the area that are getting these opportunities and changing their futures. It's a big day for them and for their families. So congrats to everyone.
Amen.
Who's signing today.
Do you know who Gary Myers is?
Gary Myers, of course, he's the dad of Seth Meyers from the Late Late Show.
No, that would not be.
No, not. Sorry.
He's a sports writer from up in New York.
Okay.
You don't know? You never heard of him?
I know the name.
Remember he used to be on that HBO show with inside information.
Is that the guy?
Yeah, he's kind of a goon.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway,
What's Gary got cooking?
Well, Gary's made a terrible mistake on Twitter.
Oh, no.
And Gary doesn't quite understand, nor would he hasn't been alerted to Jacksonville Jaguar Twitter fan.
Oh no!
Who can
Has
be
he been
what?
introduced
How would you describe Jacksonville Jaguar Twitter fan when angry?
Jaguars Twitter when painted into a corner when they feel like they've been attacked.
Yes.
Much like the 80-pound mountain lion.
Yes.
We'll try to kill you.
And probably will not get strangled to death.
No. Your
probably
only chance,
will win.
We'll win.
Probably more like the bear eating the guy.
This is more like the bear eating the meth guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a death in a grizzly maze. When Jaguars Twitter has descended upon you,
I would agree.
You have few courses of action. One is tail between the legs, quick apology.
Right.
2 is delete your Twitter and start over.
Well, we didn't get this into the show today, so we'll save this for ATD.
Very good.
But this is Gary Myers' follow-up Hall of Fame note. He's a Hall of Fame voter.
Oh, no. Is this a Baselli take?
I would be really surprised if Alan Faneca is not in class of 2020. We had to break logjam of O-line this year. Kevin Maui was first. Faneca deserves to be next. So, Jaguar Twitter fan, who shall remain nameless, said, what about Baselli?
As you would, as a Jaguar fan, you would say it was a 3-man log jam.
He then made the mistake of saying he only played 91 regular season games. He was a great player, just didn't play long enough.
It's the Hall of Fame, Gary. Scorched earth now. Hall of Fame, not Hall of Hall of Longevity.
So, Gary, how do you explain Gale Sayers or Terrell Davis? Good thing you guys didn't vote in TD then. Terrell Davis played 78 games. Gary. This is Jaguar people.
Yeah, descending upon Gary.
Yeah, Terrell Davis played 78 games, only 4 relevant seasons, and his last 3 were injury-riddled. He barely saw the field, yet he's in the HOF. He was the best at his position for 1 year. Baselli was best tackle every year, so not enough games excuse is irrelevant. Go Jags. He was literally the best at his position while he played, not just great, the best. Just be truthful, Gary. He played in Jacksonville, so you do a little chuckle when you see his name, and then the page to the next guy. There's a lot of players with fewer stats than Baselli in the Hall, or starts he meant. If he was a Cowboy or someone in a big market, you'd have put him in 3 years ago. So, this is great. This is a mistake. I can keep going, but I don't think Gary, let me see if Gary ever replied again.
I don't think Gary ever jumped back into that.
Yeah.
You learn.
Did you vote for Dave? Is it so you're talking about off your butt. Wow, just wow. Be better tomorrow. This is great. And this is just starting, by the way.
Sorry, Gary. Yeah, it's going to be an all-day thing.
Gary.
Because once...
now that we've alerted the Googans.
Right. Once Jaguar Twitter gets a hold of that saucy bone you lay out for them, they gnaw on that thing until it is done. Done. They're going to chew on you until you... Gary's just going to have to take a nice little Twitter break.
Yes.
Because Gary's a big enough boy, he's not going to delete his Twitter. When they get a hold of like kind of a no-name Googan who takes a pot shot, man, your best course of action is just delete Twitter. Start
Boston Globe reporting Greg Schiano will be named the defensive coordinator for the Patriots tomorrow.
Wow.
Wow. Interesting.
Remember
the kid took the Dolphins job and left. So
yeah, it's Brian Flores.
Anyway, that's just some extra ATD information. We could have kept the show going for another hour or two.
We had a lot on the table today.
Yeah.
Busy day, brunch with the tour.
Yeah, we did the draft, first mock draft.
I
got us Nick Foles.
I thought both were good drafts.
I would say this: if you put up both of those drafts, and again, the one problem is we name the names.
Right.
We go for the guys we know.
Sure.
So we're not. But if you took those guys, everybody would be happy with both drafts, I think. Although some people want Haskins. I think the interesting thing could be if they get Foles, right? Oh, look at this leaner backer. I might just take a little nap.
Chill zone, man.
Go ahead.
Chill zone.
If you get Foles, what do you do at 6-7 when Haskins is on the clock? What would you do if that scenario?
If you have Nick Foles in the fold and Haskins is now on the clock at number 7.
Yeah, what would you do?
My goodness.
That would be a tough one.
Oh, that's a poison pill.
That is tough, man.
Because if you've gotten Foles, you probably, the ink probably isn't even dry yet.
No, and you've told them, look, you're going to be our guy.
You're our guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, I mean, I don't know, dude. I think if you have signed Nick Foles, as much as it would pain me, I don't think you can draft Dwayne Haskins number 7 if he falls to you. I think you say, okay, we're going to roll with Nick Foles, and if it goes in the crapper, then we jump. Then we go aggressive in 2020 after, T. Lawrence et al. When he comes available. And you jump back in. But I think if you commit to Nick Foles, you're committing to Nick Foles as your guy. And I don't think you can draft a dude with a top 10 pick. Like you said on the show, if you commit to Nick Foles, then you need to get him help.
Right.
You need to get him up on the offensive line. You need to get him weapons he can utilize.
And if you commit to Nick Foles, maybe you've given up one of those third-round picks. So now you're down to just 3 picks in the top 100. Don't you need 3 offensive players?
Right. So when you're sitting at 7 now, unless there's some spectacular receiver who's jumped up into the top 10, then you take like a Jonah Williams to help your line. Especially since you're probably going to lose Jeremy Parnell in the offseason.
Yeah, I agree, Henry. They do have to address the wide receiver position.
Big time.
The problem is, if you choose not to take Haskins and you have Nick Foles there, and you've given up a pick, quite honestly, you're going to be reaching for an offensive player unless you take an offensive tackle.
Correct.
So now you're going to take Nick. So what I did today is I took Nick, but I still had the extra pick.
So you kind of went BPA there at 7.
But I had to.
Right.
I mean, I'm not taking,
You feel like there's a better impact.
I'm not taking some DK Metcalf or whatever his name is.
Right, so you felt like there was a better impact taking the linebacker from LSU.
Right.
Where you could plug him right in, he'd probably start immediately
He's
in the
starting
middle.
in the middle. Miles goes the outside, and
right.
away we
go.
go.
And away you go. And then you address the offense moving down in the draft. And I'm not opposed to that either. But if
there's lots of options, but it's going to be interesting to see how they play it.
Yeah, if you commit to Nick Foles, then that dictates your course.
Right. But now all of a sudden you're getting Nick Foles, maybe an offensive lineman, and then you're taking rounds, the 2 and third round to get. Although maybe you can take a tight end. Maybe the tight end will keep moving up. Maybe you can take the Hawkinson kid at 7 or 8. I don't know. Maybe you can trade back, but you always got to find a trading partner. Also, it's real easy to say trade back.
People love to say trade back and do this.
Yeah, we all would.
It takes 2 to tango.
Yeah.
There needs to be somebody at 7 someone else wants to come up and get.
Now, tomorrow we need to finalize the dime board wheel of consequence.
We have
options.
We need to kind of come up with
what do we have, like 4? We need 2 more, right?
We have the ice bucket.
Ice bucket.
We have
mayonnaise.
a spoonful of mayonnaise.
Right.
I can't remember.
Mets report.
The Mets report, which I like a lot.
And there's...
there was getting off the wallet and taking some of the legendary Googans out for lunch.
And taking the legendary Googans out for lunch.
Yeah.
That's 4.
4.
We need 2 more.
Yeah, somebody suggested the Pocky One Chip Challenge, which I love.
I love that.
Except the Pocky One Chip Challenge is sold out now, and you got to go on like eBay to get one. They're like $150, and I'm not doing that.
And by the way, I think the other guy said he wasn't going to do it anyway.
He wouldn't do it because he's a coward.
Yeah.
So he's not going to do it. I mean, I can't believe we've gotten him to accept the mayonnaise.
Chris wants a Bogle breakdown.
Which is hilarious that Chris,
yes.
of all people, would want a Bogle breakdown. Like, he hasn't broken Bogle down ad nauseum.
Yes, and he knows.
Christopher, you have the Bogle breakdown. Let's be silly. Of course, you love the lunch idea. You're one of the legendary Googans that has the lunch at stake. Mm-hmm. We'll make sure to... What's the slot with the fewest spaces? Looks like the blue and the green and the yellow are all 2 slots each. So that's where lunch with the legendary Googans will go.
I kind of like that one. Because he has to pay.
Here's what I think. So you think that should go on like the most... Red is the most slots on the wheel. You think that should be lunch with the legendary Googans?
I wouldn't mind the Ice Bucket Challenge on one of those.
On the Reds?
Yeah.
Because I feel like whatever the color is, it has to all be the same one.
What if we do one of them like a $100 donation to charity?
To a charity of your choosing.
Charity of my choosing.
As the winner.
Yeah.
$100 donation to a charity of your choosing.
We'll have to run that by him.
As the winner. I would think he get on board with that. Because Jeff has a lot more money than he lets on, so $100 is a drop in the bucket.
I don't know. He's kind of cheap.
He's a cheap bastard. That's why it'd be really good to get him off the wallet. This is 2 off the wallet scenarios in one wheel spin.
That's true.
Wow.
I was thinking out loud, but we do need a couple more, so we'll take care of that tomorrow. Remind me tomorrow, though, that we have to have all 6, because Friday we spin the wheel.
Friday we spin the wheel, and then next week is a crazy busy week. Yes. We're on at TPC Monday for the media event.
Okay.
Webb Simpson will be on the show.
Okay.
Big Bo will be there shooting for charity, so I guess we'll have breakfast with Baselli in person.
Okay.
Possibly.
All right.
Tuesday we'll be back here at the ranch.
All right.
Wednesday
on the road.
We're on the road for Valentine's Day.
Okay.
At Lifetime Enclosures.
Okay.
And then Thursday we're back out at Sawgrass, just so you 2 can play golf.
Oh, that's even better.
Because I'm a charitable person.
Yeah.
A lot of recent mock drafts where the Giants take Haskins.
The Jags take Murray.
Well, there's lots that say Murray. There's others that have the Jags taking Locke. There's others that have the Jags taking Jones.
Yeah.
Most of these mocks have Haskins goes at 6. They have the Jaguars taking whatever that guy considers to be QB2.
Yes.
Yeah, it depends on the guy. Yeah. The one CBS had out this morning had Denver's jumping up to 5 to take Locke.
Ooh.
And then Haskins goes 6.
Ooh,
and that's where the Jags settled on Clelin Ferrell, sort of going like you're us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to get Nick Foles or we're taking BPA.
Hey, so it'll be interesting to see. And there's lots of options. The bottom line is this, though.
We're into it.
If you don't get Foles, then you have to, in my opinion, have the plan of getting the guy you think is the franchise quarterback.
And even if that means getting overly aggressive to move up.
Correct.
Unfortunately, if you've identified Dwayne Haskins,
and to get Haskins, you may have to move up.
I think you may have to. I think you got to get in front of New York and possibly in front of 5 because I think Tampa's a team that's willing to dance with just about anybody.
Dang it.
So I think you got to move up into the top 3 if you want Dwayne Haskins. You got to jump up. If you decide he's the guy, if you think he is the next franchise dude, if you think he's the guy.
After the drill's growing by leaps and bounds, we appreciate you. Send him money. Have a great day.
Send us ideas for the Wheel of Death. We spin it Friday.
Friday.
Sponsor's doomed.